young, he's handsome, and he has a six-pack. Bassey Ekpeyong, aka Black Bassey of Big Brother Nigeria, Sigobe fame. Hey Bassey, welcome to the show.
I can only thank God for the grace, and the favor upon my life. I mean, it would have been anybody. It was a game, but the game has to come from a sincere place, because if you're not a good player, you wouldn't even be able to play the game in the first place. They called, they were like, okay, Bassey, are you alone? I'm like, oh, yes, I'm alone. I said, okay, you've just been admitted into Big Brother house. Then I was like, okay, guy, can I take like 5 minutes to scream? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Bassey, welcome to the show. Howdy, man.
I'm very well, bro.
Right. Nice to meet you today. Bassey, what's the difference between Bassey before Big Brother Nigeria and Bassey after Big Brother Nigeria? I mean, of course, the fame is there, but in terms of life, what's it been like for you?
Personally, temperamentally, it's the same. It's the same Bassey. I still do the same things I do, and I enjoy doing. I still have the same circle of friends and family, of course. But the one thing that has really changed is my social status, so to speak. People now see me in a different light, in a better light, I suppose. And it's a huge shoe to fill in. And then in Nigeria, when people see you in that light, you need to work extra hard to fill the gap. Right, so it's a good thing. I can't complain. I can only thank God for the grace, and the favor upon my life. I mean, it would have been anybody, but I mean, happy to be Bassey.
I mean, I know the feeling, amongst your friends and family when you got into the house, but what did you even, just take us through that moment when you got to find out you were going into the house. What happened?
On that day, I think it was a Thursday morning, and I had missed their call the prior day, right? So I was actually in bed.
Missed call?
Yeah.
Well, you're lucky.
I was in bed. So they called, they were like, okay, Bassey, are you alone? I'm like, oh yes, I'm alone. Said, okay, you've just been admitted into Big Brother house. Hey. Then I was like, okay, guy, can I take like 5 minutes to scream? They were like, yeah, go ahead. I mean, I was really elated. I mean, Big Brother, I mean, it's a huge brand, and I have always been a fan of Big Brother right from the onset, and being part of this year's edition was a dream come true for me, and I took it really seriously, like government job, man.
All right, but was this the first time you tried to get in your audition for it?
It was the first time ever.
Fantastic. But would you say, that you had this coming, maybe in your life you had worked hard in entertainment and you kept working out and even trying to stay in shape, and that this was bound to happen. Nature was just rewarding your hard work. Would you say that?
I believe I'm someone who is of the school of thought that when you prepare, eventually your opportunities will come, and then opportunities have to come and meet you prepared, not when you're not prepared. So me working out, me doing what I always do, it was always me trying to prepare for the big opportunity, because you don't know when it comes knocking. You just scatter your seeds around, And when Big Brother came, I just said, okay, this is one of the opportunities I envision, embarking upon. So I went into it, and thank God I came out. I came out and I came into the house and I did my thing. So it was really nice for me. I prepared. I always worked out. I knew one day something was going to happen, but I didn't know when.
Fantastic.
Exactly.
So getting to the house. And they had a set of housemates who were already there before you got there. On TV we saw they welcomed you, though there were one or two feelings, but tell us what really happened. Did they see you as an outsider, an intruder? Who be these boys serve? Who they come? Or did you have 100% cooperation? Just be real with us.
Well, of course, people would. Competition is not a good thing. It's not an edible thing to stomach. And then when you see that competition is becoming more intense, you would wish people be laid off, So when we got into the house, of course, we saw mixed reactions. I had already met a couple of persons outside the house, and we welcomed ourselves as friends, but you could still sense that, okay, why is Big Brother bringing 2 extra people? I mean, it would have been more affordable for just the lot of us who are here to, go about, campaigning for the money. But it's Big Brother. You never can expect anything. And then we too, that's Debbie Rice and I, who came in almost the same time. We too, we always had our own doubts. Okay, have we done anything wrong? Why haven't we been admitted into the house yet? Is there anything? What will be going on in the minds of our fans and parents back home and all that? But it was all good. It was just a fair game.
Getting to the house, keep hearing it's a game. It's a game. What part or what percentage, how much of it was real, people being themselves, and how much of it was people engaging in the game? And just doing what they had to do to, get votes?
we cannot totally sweep under the carpet the fact that there are cameras in the house. And then whenever you have eyes in the house, extra eyes in the house, you have to be conscious of some things, you know, you would ordinarily do, you know, or take for granted. So it was a game, but the game has to come from a sincere place, because if you're not a good player, you wouldn't even be able to play the game in the first place. You know, so it was a game, but for me, the most part of it was just me being myself. I mean, because I thought of it, why would you like to play a game all along? Why don't you just be yourself? I mean, that's what brought you here in the first place. If you being lazy, being stupid brought you here, it means those people who picked you already had identified those things and they thought Africa would appreciate them. So why do you want to come fake it right now? So just live your life.
Do you get a point where, you know, you feel people, the public, are taking all this too seriously? That they are not able to detach the real you from the you that was just, you know, doing what you had to do in the house. And probably being too serious with some of the decisions or actions you took in the house, which you feel, you know, they should just realize it's just a game and nothing serious. That's not the real you. do you get those people take things too seriously and you can't understand why?
Well, that just boils down to the fact that Big Brother Naija was really entertaining, and it's just like you watching a movie. You would look forward to the continuation or to the sequel of that movie. So Big Brother Naija was really entertaining, and then the fans, the people who watched, really can't get enough of it. Till today, people still slide into my DMs, sending me pictures of me dancing weeks ago, and then when I see it, I'm like, oh, I miss it too, you know. So the people, the fans, Nigerians, they love it, and they would wish to see more, which is why they are still involved in our lives. They're still throwing opinions at us. They are still saying, okay, Bassey, you don't do this, it is not good for you, right? It's all love.
But yeah. As someone in the public sphere, that sometimes is hard to stomach, you know. Some things you do in the public domain, basically just part of the show, and when you live your private life, people judge you by that, you know. I mean, do you find that?
Yeah, I more than a couple of those actually. But like I am strongly positive, you know, about whatever I do or whatever I encounter in life. So when they send in those comments, you know, trying to set me aright in quotes, I just look at it and laugh, because they don't know me personally, and what you see on TV might just be a facade, or you cannot really judge people based on what you see on TV.
So you actually get those comments, people trying to set you right.
Yeah, exactly.
About what in particular?
Maybe flimsy things, for example. This morning I posted a video of me praying, and then I in the video I lifted my legs up. So people have been saying, why would you lift your legs up when you're praying? You know, but those are just one of the few things they you know comment about.
Do people try to get at you for maybe, you know, some of the sexually explicit things that you did in the house? This is probably family TV, but do people get at you, you know, for that? And do you sometimes feel misunderstood when they do get at you for that?
Yeah, they don't get at me. They try to taunt me with it. And they were like, Bassey, you did this. They screen grabbed the picture, sent to me. I'm like, yeah, I know I did it, fam. Now me do so what are you saying, right? But that's just, like I said, it's entertainment, and they miss the show. Okay. And then if there's anything I would equally want is at least to sit down and watch the show for myself, because I know it really ate deep into the, you know, mainstream of people's homes. And I heard a couple of you know, impressions where people said husbands and wives were quarreling as to who the husband supports and who the wife supports, you know. So it's all entertainment, and Nigerians cannot seemingly, you know, get to have enough of it. So we are still Big Brother people. So we still have to keep living the life and hoping that we get understood someday. All
right. Have you done that yet? Gone to watch some of the episodes?
No, I haven't. Just snippets on YouTube. Okay. But they've been really nice. I try to search for my highlights. So I say, okay, how did I do on this day? You know, just so I see. So, but it's been all fun.
What is it that you did in the house that you, if given another opportunity, will not do?
Nothing. Everything I did, I did it genuinely, right? Because it came from a sincere place. Perhaps if it was a game, I would have said I didn't play correctly, but I just went there. You know, this was my opportunity to show the world what I can do. So Big Brother for me was that opportunity to show the world that yes, I can do this. So I wasn't particularly keen on emotional ties or how to kiss everybody or how to hug everybody or how to be the player in the house. I was keen on my talent, which is, I mean, from where we don't come from, you understand that kind of thing. when you don't see that platform, you don't got to mix business with pleasure. You have to show Africa what Africa needs to see, and you need to be sincere to yourself that this is what I represent. So that was it for me. So I don't feel bad at any point. Even when I left the house, I didn't cry. Ordinarily, I would cry, but I was like, no, boy, you did it. This is you.
We saw some rivalry, you know, in the house, you know, and you know, 1 or 2, you know, bus stops and all that. Are those rivalries still existing? Were they real? The beef still going on right now?
No beefs at all. No.
Everybody's friends with everybody.
Everybody's friends. Probably not as close as we would envision, but we are all friends. We are very cordial.
Just live and let live.
You know, we're cordial. If you have stuff for me to do for you, I come through for you. You understand? So that's the level of
no carryover beef.
No. Trust me, no. Well, from my point of view,
you're not saying it on the camera.
No. From my point of view, I don't think I have beef with anybody. Okay. You know, of course not. Whatever happened in the house stayed in the house. You know.
All right. For those who nominated, you know, housemates for eviction, for instance, those you nominated who got evicted, have you come out of the house and they've told you, man, you know, try or, you know, all those little things, you know?
Nope. They
even jokingly.
Nobody has mentioned it. That's to show how fast or quickly we move on, because it was just a game. So.
And in your heart, do you feel, you know, maybe a bit of, you know, I won't say ill feeling, but you look at some people who did some things and then, you know, why did this person do this to me in the house? And I mean, it couldn't all be perfect. I mean, we're not perfect people as human beings.
It's just it's a matter of your mind frame or your mindset. And in my mind, nobody could do me that level of wrong where I would have to reminisce upon and then start having beefs or developing hatred for anybody, right?
So are you saying everybody was a saint in the house? Are you saying everybody was a saint?
No, of course. I wasn't a saint too, but I didn't take anything personally, you know, because these guys are all here with different strategies, with different personal individualities, and you cannot really judge them. If you judge them, then who's going to judge you?
Okay. Talking about judgment, do you feel that there are certain housemates who are being wrongly judged by members of the public? You know, of course, Nigerians can't have enough of it. It became bigger than Arsenal and Chelsea at a point. Do you feel that Nigerians ought to give some housemates a break in terms of their judgment of those housemates for what they did in the house?
Yeah, I think Nigerians ought to be more open-minded about whatever happened in the house. It may be a reality show, but the pressure in Big Brother house is something I haven't experienced in my life before. And then with that pressure, a lot of things might spring up. Emotions might spring up, or quarrels might spring up, or psychological setbacks might spring up. So you cannot understand what we went through within that space. You are enjoying it because it's a movie to you, so you can freely judge. So I'd like Nigerians to please soft pedal a bit. Most of the things we just did it because, we knew people were watching and we needed to entertain our audience members. So it wasn't anything serious.
You know, some have said, you know, some of the things that happened probably be an attack on, for instance, womanhood, an attack on women, you know, and right, don't associate with this person or that person, you know. But of course they have a point, you know, Nigerians have a point to try and set a standard that the show is meant to show an example of how we should live our lives, not to insult, you know, men or women or house Araba and all that. So, as an individual, what do you think about this? You think it's overblown, you know?
No, I don't think it's overblown. Big Brother equally, because it's Big Brother Naija, I'm sure the organizing team and committee had put into proper consideration these tenets and these sensitivities that the Nigerian masses or the Nigerian community represents. And I heard that they didn't show shower hours, so that goes a long way to show that this show was meant for the family audience, you know. And then I equally heard that sometimes where we had too much or near explicit scenes, the camera would just pan away. So these are, you know, conscious efforts that have been put in place to make sure the show is a family show and everybody can enjoy. And today we even have children who recognize, Bassey, Tony, Kemen, Uriel, you know, they recognize us. That's because they watch the show. And the organizers have been very careful enough to make the show, the content, you know, for family view.
All right, fantastic. So, eviction. You've been asked this question a lot of times. I watched it. What went through your mind? How did you feel? Did you feel like collapsing or what?
My spirit left my body. I levitated. Like, I mean, I was really shocked. Sincerely, I didn't think I was going to, you know, go back home that day. I didn't think so.
I mean, I was like,
Yeah, like I was like, God, please save me, you know. But I'm sure Nigerians voted and they tried their best, but there could only be one winner. But on the flip side, we're all winners, because for you to be on that platform and giving it your best, you're already a winner. You have your fan base and everybody loves you. So it was hurtful to me to have left the house at that time. But when I sat back and thought about it, I was like, okay, thank God I left the house at the time I did. You know, maybe I wouldn't have even stood a chance, you know, on the 25 million on a car. But so thank God I did all I had to do and I left the house. And right now, I cannot say I am the same as I moved into the house. So I have already won. I mean, we're all winners right now.
All right. So, are you suffering any withdrawal symptoms? You know, missing the house and probably even dreaming about it, and waking up in the morning and feeling like, you know.
As I am till tomorrow, man. I miss Big Brother house. I miss the different weird ways Big Brother would wake us up. You know, sometimes you hear, "I will destroy you," and that's how you wake
sleep.
Up. I'm telling you,
that's wicked. That's wicked. Man.
I'm telling you. So I miss the house. I really would wish all of us could just come together at the Big Brother house. This is not a game anymore. Okay, guys, just come and chill.
You actually are ex-Big Brother Alumni Association or something.
I mean, just come and chill, be yourself, enjoy.
But how did that mess with your sleep pattern and your cycle? I mean, did you find it easy to adjust when you got back to?
No, I didn't at all. Big Brother had no time. There was except you were one who could read the weather. But I think that's pretty outdated. More than a couple of times I tried to read the weather, and when Don Jazzy came into the house, Don Jazzy had a wristwatch. So Don Jazzy was like, "Oh, Mo, they go, you don't know at past 5. Everybody was like, "Yeah, past 5. Oh yeah, go check us. Okay, see where Sunday. Okay, past 5. We don't know now." Oh you know. So we didn't know when we were sleeping. We didn't know when we woke. We didn't know what was going on at any time. So it took a lot of sleep, you know, to adjust into the irregular cycle.
Amazing, because I mean, I remember one of your mates, I think it was Efe, who when they got back to Nigeria said, "I've been waiting be time." I know it's weird, so really weird, right?
Really weird.
Wow,
really.
Wow. All right. So, what was the biggest thing you're taking away from this competition, from the whole experience, apart from the fame?
I've taken away confidence. I'm a confident person on the regular, but with Big Brother Naija, I realized that confidence can be taken to another level. And then with confidence comes your ability to do anything. As a matter of fact, there was one time Big Brother asked me a question, and I told Big Brother, if you need me to build an aeroplane with 2 pilots, give me the time. I am not a scientist, but I would build it. You know, that's based on the adrenaline that we had gathered in the house. I became many things within 8 weeks. I became a scriptwriter, a stage director, a movie director, a music director,
video producer,
an artist, a producer, a voiceover artist, a dancer, a drummer, a poet, a spoken word, you know. I became all of these things, and I never even had, you know, thought I would be these things prior to that time. So it gave me that level of confidence that whatever I put my mind into, I just need to give it time to come to fruition.
Fantastic. For Nigerians, you know, with the debate about, you know, it's Big Brother African, should it be on TV? Is it moral enough? You know, is it going to erode the moral fabric of our society? What do you think it contributed to Africa, to Nigerians positively?
Oh, Big Brother Nigeria, and for me exactly, I would always use myself as a yardstick, because now people see me as a role model, you know, and I keep asking myself, what did I do? I was just living my life. People say, Bassey, you portrayed yourself in this good light, and that was just me being me, you understand, selflessly. So at least I have that level of influence over a select few Nigerians. I do want to overblow it, because maybe just 10 people appreciate, you know, what I represented in the house. So that has been able to impact into the lives of those 10 people. And if they go ahead to become good gentlemen or good guys or good people in Nigeria, that will, by multiple effects, or multiplier effect in the next couple of years, you know, breed another generation of, you know, good guys. So and generally, like I said, the idea of Big Brother in Nigeria was really, it was well tailored to fit into our sensitivities and what we represent. So the entire show was just to send a message to people that, okay, see, you can appreciate people in their flaws, in their highest points and lowest points. We're all human beings and we're characterized by flaws. That's why we're human beings and not gods.
Fantastic, fantastic. Speaking like a thespian. You're a thespian. Okay, you see what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right?
Exactly.
You know, the madam, she was watching. Yeah. So did what happened in Joburg stay in Joburg, or when you came back you had to explain?
Well, I had to explain. I'm even still explaining. Yes. More than a couple of days ago, the madam went to YouTube I was like, hey, let me see that what you did with Cocoa Ice. And then when she saw it, she was like, hey, no. We started quarreling. You know, but I mean, it's all love, anyways. It's always hard, but eventually we get to understand, and I guess that's one of the basic tenets of relationship. You know, understanding through every circumstance.
Fantastic. So, future for Bassey, Black Bassey, the brand, ex Big Brother Nigeria housemate. What does the future hold for you?
The future is bright. The land is green, just like T.Y. Bello said, and it's what I think about myself that matters to me. And I think in the next couple of years, Black Bassey or Bassey will be on the lips of every Nigerian. I hope to enjoy my presenting career too. I hope to become a better actor. I hope to become a great event host and MC.
Yeah, you're a great actor. I mean, you act superbly.
And I equally hope to become a world-class model. And so I'm looking forward to brands endorsing me. Come on, guys. I have body.
Ladies,
I have voice.
Ladies.
What?
Ladies.
What do you want from me? Endorse me already, bro.
Yeah. Fantastic. So we're looking at the movies, looking at presentations,
yeah.
All right, radio and TV.
Radio, TV.
Hosting events.
Yeah, and being a model.
Modeling. Fantastic.
And maybe sometime in the future I might dabble into music, but let's just leave it to my psychology.
All right, fantastic. So have you started working in that direction, especially in the movies? Because I mean, I've known you for some time, and you've been into that.
Yeah, I have actually. For the first time I worked with someone I looked up to. That's in Yedo. And then when I left Big Brother House, a Memi Song contacted me and she was like, okay, come play for me. And the Memi Song is an ace producer. So when I got on set, I saw Iniedo, I almost fainted. I was playing directly with Iniedo. So to me, that's a great feat, and I really appreciate God for that. And then after that, I've had more than a couple of scripts. As I speak with you, I have more than a couple of scripts, and my management have been trying to screen which of these scripts will be better for the Bassey brand and what we represent. Fantastic. As for TV hosting and TV presenting and radio, we'll be looking forward. You'll be looking into areas in that regards, and we have offers, fantastic, but we need to sift through to know which one is better. But our offers have just been coming in left, right, and center, and it can only be God. But then we have to be strategic with what we do. So in just a couple of days or months or weeks, Bassey will come out huge and better than you guys know.
Bassey, the final question, how do you handle the ladies? I mean, you can't tell me that, you're not getting the feminine attention. I mean, look at, what I'm talking about. Well, so how have you been handling it?
The ladies have been great.
Think about your answer.
Yeah, the ladies have been great, they keep sliding into the DM. But sometimes my manager goes through my DM and is like, yo, fam, don't you think you need another account? And I'm like, no, it's okay. It's all love, it's all love. But that's just to show you how much they appreciate you. I mean, if people don't like you, they would say some things about you. Even the hate comments is just a flip side of love. So it's all love. The ladies, I love the ladies too. I love the gentlemen I love everybody. And by God's grace, we all will go blue now.
No problem. That's a fantastic attitude. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.